Hey there, welcome to Cultivate the Soul. If you've ever felt like you could do more, live deeper, reach further, but something invisible keeps holding you back, then this video is for you. Have you ever looked in the mirror and asked yourself, is this really the best version of me? Or felt deep down that there's a powerful, braver, more extraordinary version of you just waiting to be unleashed? Tony Robbins calls that the giant sleeping within each of us. And his book Awaken the Giant Within is the wake-up call your soul has been waiting for. This isn't just another self-help book. It doesn't promise overnight success. But it does something more powerful. It holds up a mirror and forces you to confront yourself. The limits you've unknowingly placed on your life. The small decisions silently shaping your destiny. And the undeniable truth. You have the power to rewrite your story, starting right now. In this video, I won't just summarize the book. I'll dive deep into its core ideas, share real-life stories, and show you how to apply them in everyday life. Because knowledge means nothing without action, and action fades without inner fire. If you're searching for a spark of motivation, a journey to rediscover your power, or simply a reason not to give up, then stay right here. Don't click away. And if this is your first time here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, because I've got more content coming that could shift your mindset, habits, and life. Now, let's begin the journey. It's time to awaken the giant within. You might not realize it yet, but your entire life, your career, your relationships, even the emotions you feel each day, they all stem from a series of decisions you've made. And no, not just the big, dramatic ones. Not just, I'm going to change my life, or, I must succeed. But the quiet, subtle choices, the ones you make daily without even noticing. Choosing to hit snooze instead of waking up early. Choosing silence when your voice could have made a difference. Choosing to delay your dreams because fear whispered, what if you fail? Tony Robbins once said, it is in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. And when you pause and think about it, how many times in life could a single bold decision have changed everything? Just one firm choice, and you could have walked away from a toxic relationship. Started a new career. Said yes to an opportunity that might have scared you, but would have changed your world. What you plant today, you'll live tomorrow. Here's the truth. Most people don't really make decisions. They let life happen to them. They react instead of choosing. They wait for the right time. For the perfect moment. And that moment never comes. But if you're watching this video right now, you're not here to live an average life. You weren't born just to survive. You were born to create an impact. And that begins with one decision. Right now. Not a perfect one. Just a genuine, soul-deep commitment that says, I will no longer settle. I choose to become who I was meant to be. Ask yourself, what decision have I been postponing for far too long? If today were the first page of a new chapter, what would I choose for myself? Life doesn't change just because you read a book or watch an inspiring video. It changes when you decide, truly decide. And take action without hesitation. Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, why do I do what I do? Why do you keep holding back from going after what you truly want? Why do you keep telling yourself, I'm not good enough, it's too late, or I'll fail anyway? The answer lies in just one word, belief. Your beliefs are the invisible forces shaping your thoughts, emotions, and actions. They are the silent scripts written deep inside your mind, whispering to you what you can and cannot do, what you deserve and what you'll never reach. But here's the twist. Beliefs are not truths. They're just interpretations. Stories you told yourself long ago, maybe even based on a single failure, one hurtful comment, or a moment of fear. And yet, those stories became your reality. Tony Robbins reminds us. Beliefs have the power to create and the power to destroy. Think about that. If you believe you're broken, your brain will filter every experience to prove it. If you believe you can't change, you'll sabotage every opportunity to grow. But here's the gift you didn't know you had. You can choose your beliefs. You are not a prisoner to the past. You are not defined by what others once said about you. You have the power to rewrite the script. Start small. Instead of, "I always fail," say, "I'm learning every day." Instead of, "I'm not confident," say, "I'm becoming stronger with each step." Instead of, "I don't belong," say, "I am enough, just as I am." Every empowering belief you plant becomes a new foundation beneath your feet. And one by one, they stack up, until one day, you wake up standing tall on a mountain of inner strength you never thought you had. Remember, your beliefs either build a prison or open the gates to freedom. So today, ask yourself, what belief is holding me back? What would I do if I truly believed I was capable, worthy, unstoppable? Because once you change your beliefs, your entire world will start to shift. Have you ever woken up, stared at the ceiling, and just felt empty? No tragedy, no crisis. Just a dull, lingering weight inside you, like life lost its spark. Or maybe the opposite. You wake up inspired, full of energy, ready to take on the world. And then, just one comment, one cold glance, and everything inside you crumbles. What's going on? Why do emotions seem to control us so effortlessly? Tony Robbins puts it simply. Emotion is the quality of life. If you master emotion, you master your life. Let that sink in. You could have everything, money, fame, the perfect partner. But if your heart is full of fear, sadness, or anger, are you truly living? Emotions are waves of the mind. If you don't learn how to surf them, they'll drown you. So, how do you surf emotions? Robbins teaches that you are not a victim of your emotions. You are their creator. And even more empowering, you can shift your emotional state in minutes using 3 key forces. 1. Physiology. Your body is the switch to your emotions. If you slouch, breathe shallowly, drag your feet, your mood will match. But if you stand tall, breathe deeply, move with energy, your mind lights up with power. A 5-minute walk, a deep stretch, a smile, can literally reset your entire day. 2. Focus. Where focus goes, energy flows. If you constantly think about what's missing, who hurt you, what went wrong, you'll suffer. But if you focus on what you're grateful for, what you're learning, how far you've come, your emotional state will rise. Ask yourself, what's something beautiful in my life right now? What tiny action can I take today to feel just 1% more alive? 3. Language. The words you use don't just describe your emotions, they create them. Instead of saying, "I'm terrified," try, "I'm feeling a little nervous but excited." From terrified to nervous but excited, just a shift in words can move you. From paralysis to possibility. Be careful what you whisper to yourself every day. It's either medicine or poison. You are allowed to feel sad, to feel angry, to feel weak. But don't let those emotions define who you are. Let them pass through you, learn from them. And then get back in the driver's seat. One day, when you look back, you'll realize it wasn't your circumstances that changed your life. It was the way you handled your emotions that changed everything. There are wounds too deep for words, moments where all you can do is hold your chest and breathe through the silence. But what if I told you, those moments, if embraced, could become the sacred turning points of your life? This isn't just a chapter, it's a wake-up call for the broken parts of your soul. Life isn't fair. None of us chose where we were born, who our parents were, or what heartbreak would hit us first. Some lose their parents too early. Some are betrayed, abandoned, belittled their entire childhood. Some love with everything they have, only to be left alone in silence no one understands. And slowly, we start to believe. This is just how life is. Maybe I deserve this pain. But Tony Robbins urges us to pause and reflect on a radical truth. Pain is inevitable, but the meaning we give to pain is entirely up to us. Life does not define us by what happens to us, but by how we redefine what happened, and who we choose to become from it. Tony has met people whose pain would make most of us crumble just by hearing it. A young girl abused by her father for years. A soldier who lost both legs to a landmine. A mother whose only child was shot by mistake in a crowd. Yet somehow, they transformed pain into power, as if something holy was born inside them from the ashes. They didn't ignore the pain. They faced it, peeled it open, looked into its core and asked, "How did this happen for me, not to me?" That question changes everything. It shifts you from being a victim, to becoming the author of your story. It invites you to turn your deepest wounds into the very fuel that drives your greatest purpose. Tony emphasizes, every experience in your life comes with a hidden gift of personal growth. But unless you're willing to unwrap it, by asking deeper questions, by sitting with your emotions, you'll miss that gift and carry the wound forever. The key lies in one thing, meaning. The meaning you assign to an event creates the emotion you feel about it. That emotion drives your behavior. And your behavior writes the future. The event doesn't change. But how you view it can change everything. A breakup could be your biggest failure, or the doorway to finding your true worth. Losing a job could feel like the end, or the start of something finally aligned with your soul. When you change the meaning, you change the future. And perhaps the greatest meaning pain can bring is to awaken you. To remind you that you weren't born to merely exist. You were born to live. To love. To grow. To contribute. To take that pain, and one day, use it to heal someone else's. Because when you do that, you're no longer a victim. You've become a guide. Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered, am I truly living, or just repeating a dull day and calling it a life? Have you ever felt, deep inside, that something hasn't really begun yet? Then stop for a moment, because this might just be the awakening your soul has been waiting for. Every major transformation in life begins with what seems like a small decision. A moment when you can't take it anymore. A moment when you whisper to yourself, enough is enough. A moment when you stop waiting for a miracle, and realize you are the miracle. Tony Robbins powerfully reminds us. It is in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. You can change the entire direction of your life with one firm choice. But it has to come from deep within. Not because others expect it, not because you're afraid, not because society tells you so. But because you truly, deeply want to live differently. Most people keep waiting, waiting for the right time, waiting for more money, waiting for someone to understand them. But waiting only prolongs the pain. And the truth is, life won't wait for you to be ready. It keeps moving, whether you awaken or not. That's why you must be the one to choose the moment, and that moment is now. Tony never denies how hard change is. It's uncomfortable. It demands we face our patterns, our fears, our comfort zones. But if you don't choose the short-term discomfort of change, you'll suffer the long-term agony of regret. And regret is the most painful burden a soul can carry. So how do you make a decision that truly transforms your life? First, you must be clear about what you really want. Not vague like, I want to be happy, but specific. What does happiness look like for you? What kind of mornings do you want to wake up to? Who's by your side? How do you feel when you work, when you love, when you breathe? You must see it in your mind like a movie, so your heart knows what it's fighting for. Second, you need a reason stronger than your fear. If your why is strong enough, you will always find the how. If you want to become the parent you never had. If you want to finally believe you're worthy of love. That fire will push you past any fear in your way. And lastly, you must take action immediately. Don't try to do everything at once. Just begin. One message. One shift in your routine. One promise to yourself, from today, I will live differently. Tony believes. You don't need 10 years to change your life. You need one powerful decision, and the courage to honor it every day. Your new life is waiting for you to press start. How many times in your life have you started something with burning passion, only to see it fade away within days? How many times have you told yourself, this time will be different, but nothing really changed? If you're tired of starting over, if you crave real, lasting transformation, then this part is the gift you've been waiting for. In Awaken the Giant Within, Tony Robbins doesn't just fire up your motivation. He gives you the tools to turn that inspiration into real, lasting results. Because here's the truth, motivation comes and goes. But systems and habits determine whether you actually reach your goals. Tony teaches us something crucial. It's not what you do in a single day, but what you repeat every day that shapes your life. That means if you want to transform your life, you don't need a dramatic breakthrough. You need a series of small, consistent actions, day after day, pointing in the direction of your dream. Action creates confidence. You can't wait around to feel ready. Confidence doesn't come before the action, it's a reward you earn after you act. And your first step doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need all the answers. You just need one thing, to begin. Begin even if you're shaking. Begin even if you still doubt yourself. Begin even if you haven't fully believed in your success yet. Tony encourages us to build something called an emotional leverage system, where you use your emotions to drive your behavior. Write down the reasons why you must change. Visualize what you'll lose if you don't act, your confidence, your health, your opportunities, your relationships. Feel that pain as if it's happening right now, and let it fuel your action. Then, associate pleasure and reward with your new behaviors. For example, every time you work out, celebrate the victory. Every time you resist a bad habit, acknowledge your inner strength. This way, your brain learns to love the actions that help you grow. Tony emphasizes one final truth. True change only happens when you make a real commitment, and turn that decision into a lifestyle. Don't just change when you feel inspired. Live by your new standard, as part of your identity. You are not someone who's trying to live better. You are someone who lives with purpose, with discipline, and with a heart set on fire by the life you deserve. Picture yourself a year from now, looking back at who you are today. How proud will you be if you chose to act, step by step, with courage and consistency? You don't have to do it all at once. Just stay steady, stay sincere, and never give up. You've awakened the giant within. Now it's time to walk like a giant. Have you ever felt like life was just pulling you along, while you sat helplessly in the passenger seat? Have you ever asked yourself, am I truly in control of my life, or am I just surviving in someone else's story? If you're ready to move from surviving to leading, then this final step is the one that changes everything. Tony Robbins believes that life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Every person has the right to be the master of their own life, but only a few are bold enough to claim it. To truly become the driver of your destiny, you need three things: awareness, responsibility, and intentional action. Awareness is when you stop living on autopilot. You begin to ask, whose values am I living by? Are these goals mine, or expectations placed on me? You stop letting fear, society, or your past dictate your path. You start living consciously, and that's when you become dangerous, in the most beautiful way. Responsibility doesn't mean blaming yourself. It means standing up and saying, whatever my past was, my present is now my choice. No matter what happens, you're not a victim. You're the one in charge, because only those who take responsibility hold the power to change. Intentional action means you stop drifting through your days. Every step you take has meaning. Every decision, what you eat, what you think, what you say, reflects the person you're becoming. Tony reminds us. True freedom isn't doing whatever you want. It's knowing exactly what you want, and having the strength to follow through. Being the master of your life doesn't mean you'll avoid storms. It means even in the storm, you know how to steer. You don't run from life. You face it. You shape it. You turn even pain into power. Don't wait for someone to come save you. The person you're waiting for is you. The one who will carry you to your dream life isn't luck, or timing, or chance. It's you, with a clear mind, a disciplined soul, and a fire in your heart. You were never meant to live small. You were born to live boldly, with intention, with passion, and with the courage to write your own story. And from this moment on, the pen is in your hands. My friend, if you've stayed with me until this final moment of the journey, then you've done something most people never dare to do. You've chosen to listen to yourself. You've chosen to awaken the giant within. Awaken the giant within is not a fixed map for every life. It's a flame, ignited by Tony Robbins, so that you can light your own path forward. You've learned how to master your emotions, so negativity no longer pulls you under. You've discovered how to change limiting beliefs, so you no longer cage yourself. You've seen the power of small decisions that build an extraordinary life. And most of all, you've realized, no one else can write your life story but you. Life truly begins when you take full ownership. When you stop waiting for a miracle, and become the miracle yourself. If there's one thing you take away from this video, let it be this. You don't need to become someone else to begin changing. You just need to become a better version of who you already are, one choice, one step, one moment at a time. Thank you for taking the time to listen, reflect, and open your heart to this journey of self-discovery. If this video touched you, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel so we can continue walking together on more meaningful paths ahead. Because you deserve a life filled with purpose, clarity, and passion. And I truly believe, you're now ready to write a new chapter, stronger, deeper, and more radiant than ever before.